Hey guys, it's me, Brett. Today we're doing a super relaxing class and exploring an area of the body that holds a lot of tension but often gets overlooked, our belly and abdomen. Grab a blanket if you have one and set yourself up near a wall or couch for our first pose, which is legs up the wall. Let's begin.
It's time to feel uplifted.
We're going to start with legs up the wall. So if you like to have like a bolster under your seat when you do legs up the wall, feel free to put that under your seat. Make sure that you're the right distance away from the wall. Your booty doesn't have to be smack up against the wall. That's going to be kind of too intense for most of us. So just find a place that's easeful. We're not looking for a hamstring stretch. We're not looking for this to be our deepest legs up the wall ever. We just want to relax. And if you have a strap at home and you want to put that strap around your thighs so your legs can kind of fall apart from one another while still being supported, feel free to do that. And just let the hands come to your abdomen, the area of your navel. And just begin to quiet your breath, slow down your breathing. And just let yourself melt into your mat. Welcome yourself to your practice. So for these first 8 to 10 breaths, we're just landing. And invite the breath to consciously deepen now. So as you inhale, you really feel the belly puff up and rise, lifting your 2 hands. And as you exhale, the belly descends, navel pulls down towards the ground. Really deepening the breath and sending it into the abdomen. We hold so much tension in this area, being told we need to pull the belly in or look thinner. So really play and find the full range of motion of the belly lifting and descending here. Challenging yourself to make this as big as you can. Palms moving up towards the sky as you breathe in and descending as you breathe out. And then feel free to just take a look at me here on the screen. You stay in legs up the wall. Just take 2 peace fingers and begin tapping the area around your navel. So just making a spiral, expanding that circle outward from the navel. And you're not poking yourself in any kind of mean way. You're just sort of palpating this area. Little pressure, kind of just like you'd press your finger into a keyboard. If you want, you can try a gentle tapping. See how that feels. Or you may want to actually put more of your palm on an area of your belly that feels tense and kind of massage it. So just palpating this area for the next several breaths. as you stay in this legs up the wall. So your hand might be moving or just still on one spot. Good, and then 3 more huge breaths. You can just place both hands back on the belly now. Just thinking about how on the exhale you can really soften this area and let go. Good, and then bring one knee and then the other into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, pull the shins or knees down. Roll to the left or right side. And we're gonna work on relaxing this area in an even more intense way. So as I guide us into this next exercise, if it feels like too much, you're just gonna lie on your belly. So option 1 is just to lie on your belly and do the same deep breathing that we were doing before. So you can have the palms underneath the forehead. So this is option 1. You just breathe. You should feel your belly kind of press into the mat. And exhale. Navel returns up to ceiling. So that's option 1 if you don't want something very intense, or it may be intense for you, I don't know. But that's option 1 if you don't want to do what I'm about to suggest doing next, which is going to be a lot more intense. So if you have a blanket, you can roll your blanket. If you don't have a blanket, you can just take your sticky mat and roll it up, right? Or if you have both, like me, you can kind of do like a combo, right? I'm gonna move this forward so I can kind of roll it. So I've got a nice roll here. And then I'm gonna lie so that my navel is right at the center of that roll. And I'm going to breathe here. So this is surprisingly intense for a lot of people. So again, if that's you, you can back off by coming up onto the forearms. It's going to make it a little less intense instead of palms stacked with the forehead on the palms. And just breathe here. Or again, if this is even too intense, back off to not having the roll, not having the blanket underneath you. We're going to be here for a good 10 to 15 breaths. And the sensations will surprise you, so just try to stay present. Breathe compassion and love and ease into this area. And again, if it's just too much and you feel yourself tensing up, like you can't release over your prop, back off, do one of the other variations, or you could even come back to legs up the wall for this 10 to 12 breath hold. Otherwise, really let gravity be your friend. Let the belly and the abdomen be transformed by the prop, the roll. If you like, every in-breath, you can silently chant the mantra, let. And on the out-breath, silently chant, go. Just continuing to release tension in the belly.
You can also use the mantra Sat on the in-breath and Nam on the out-breath. Just keep letting go of trying to hold and tense and control through this area of the body. It's normal to feel like a pulse, like a beating heart in this area as you hold here. And like the belly has a heartbeat of its own. Let's just stay here 3 more breaths. Really slowly and gently press yourself back up. If you had props or your little bundle roll, let that go. If you return to legs up the wall, come join us. We're all just going to lie down on our back. So just turn over. And we're coming into banana pose, which is a yin pose. So just make sure you're sort of centered on your sticky mat, best you can be. And then walk your feet over to the left as far as you can. And I want you to really engage through both legs. So flex both feet like crazy. Imagine you are standing in Tadasana. You've just walked your legs over to the left as far as you can. Squeeze the inner thighs together best you can. It's okay if they're not touching. And think of your inner thighs pinning down. So again, the legs are crazy active, all 10 toes towards the ceiling. And then from here, you're going to take your elbows into your sticky mat and kind of nudge your shoulders to the left as well. So you're coming into this crescent shape on the floor. Your shoulders probably won't be able to nudge over to the left as much as your feet, but maybe you'll get one shoulder off your sticky mat. You never know. Keep nudging. And then re-engage through the legs. Take the left hand to the belly and the right arm up alongside the face. Or you can bend the right elbow and hold the left ear with the right hand and just breathe now. So you should be feeling a super deep stretch in the right side of the body, the right side waist, maybe where the torso connects with the hip. It's going to feel a little different for each of us. Keep the inner thighs of each leg pinning down. Feet active. And that left hand on the belly just exploring, keeping everything really soft. Beautiful. Come back to center. Walk everything back and just breathe at center. Notice the difference between the two sides of the body. And other side. So engaging through the legs, walking the heels over to the right as far as you can. Maybe heels are on the wood, pinning the inner thighs down. And now elbows down, shoulders shimmy over over to the right as well, as much as you can, as much as you can. And then active legs, pin the inner thighs down, flex the feet back actively. Right hand to belly, left hand alongside the ear, and you can hold it here, or I like bending the elbow and holding my right ear. It just feels really good. Deep belly breaths. Keep the legs active here as you keep everything else soft. And then come back to center. Just gift yourself a couple breaths to just be here. Maybe feeling the belly more expansive, more able to rise and release. And slowly bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Press down into the feet, lengthen the tailbone forward. And we'll just take a couple rounds of Apanasana here. So you're just going to bring the knees in towards the chest with the hands on the kneecaps. Think of your sitting bones like little eye sockets that want to peer down towards your sticky mat. So you might feel a little extra length in the spine right away. Then you're going to extend the knees away from you so the arms straighten, and exhale, keeping your sitting bones like little eyeballs peering down at your sticky mat. Bend the elbows and pull the knees back in. And we'll do this a few more times. Breathing in, it's like your tailbone wants to flatten a penny on your mat, elbows straight. Breathing out, elbows bend. Try to maintain the sensation of the tailbone lengthening and the sits bones peering down as you pull the knees into the chest. Just lengthening, releasing, relaxing the low back. Good. After your next one, just roll over. Again, left or right side. And we'll all come up for our next exercise, which is basically a variation on what we did with the blanket. So you may find this more intense or less intense. How it works is you're going to take your thumbs inside your fingers, make little fists, and then you're going to nestle those fists right above so feel where your bony ASIS hip points are. You're going to nestle the fist right above that point. So it should be right about here. So it's on, if the belly button's here, it's on either side of the belly button, but a little bit lower before you hit those bony hip points. Okay, and I can show with my shirt up too, right here. Okay, and once you have your fists,
You're going to fold forward into child's pose.
And again, you might be met with a lot of unexpected sensation. If it feels like your fists are really poking up into your ribs, take them a little bit lower. But we are looking for compression and to see if the belly can adjust and relax around this. Now again, sharp shooting pain, feels like it's tensing the abdomen and the belly more than it should be. Feel free to just do regular child's pose here with wide knees and breathe. Just keeping that abdomen soft. Otherwise, stay here. Adjust your fists and then deepen the breath. Encourage the belly to relax and change. Doing some self-myofascial release here. And yes, it's intense. Let's stay another 5 breaths. All right, slowly come up. Release the hands. Maybe just rock a little bit side to side. And come up to all fours, so as if we were going to do cat-cow, but we're not. Instead, we're going to keep the torso exactly where it is. So line up, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We're not moving at all. We're just letting the belly drop. So inhale, just let your belly kind of hang out towards the ground. And then exhale. Feel your belly button slither up and in. And if you round your low back a little bit as that happens, it's totally fine. And we're just practicing this. Inhale. Belly spills towards the floor. If you come into a little arch in the low back, it's okay. Just let everything hang out. And then a powerful exhale. Pull the navel up and in. A few more times on your own. Just feeling this total release of the belly towards the floor. Spill, let the sitting bones peek up. Everything, you let it go. Exhale. Hugging navel up and in. So it's funny because it kind of feels like a cat-cow, but you're just doing it with your belly. Two more wherever you are. Good. Take one more inhale. And this time as you exhale, press back into downward facing dog. You can just pedal through the legs or just keep the knees really bent. You can bend both knees deeply and have the belly get in some contact with the thighs if that feels good. Just stretching out the backs of the legs. with the intention of keeping the belly soft. Walk the feet towards the hands, but take the feet a little bit wider than the hands. You can turn the toes out slightly, and we'll just do some rolls. So just watch me for this first one. You can bend the knees and kind of slowly roll up. And then exhale, open the heart, belly splays out, and just fold. Just see what breath pattern you want to attach to this. There's really no way to do this wrong. We're just getting everything all loose and easy. So you're just making this like wave-like motion. Right at the top, you arch the chest towards the ceiling. At the bottom, you round, pull the chin into the chest to roll back up. Just do 2 more. Just want to keep everything soft. You can even exhale through the mouth. Good. All right. All right, now come down into your meditation seat, whatever that looks like for you. Just sitting cross legs, or if you want to sit on a bolster block or on the heels. Just sit here in meditation, palms face down on the thighs, and just notice the energetic effect of this work. How do you feel in the subtle body? Do you feel more energized, spacious? Maybe it's a little easier to focus or drop into that kind of third eye space. No judgment, just stay with how you're feeling. Bringing the hands right to prayer, to just be grateful for whatever progress or lack of progress you feel you made in this class. All this work of relaxing the belly and the abdomen is so valid. And my prayer is you come back to this class often to do this important work, releasing the outcome or expectation of any specific result. In gratitude for what our bodies can do, let's close with a long sat, short nam. Exhale all the breath out of the body. Inhale deeply. Sat Namaste.
Thank you so much for practicing with me and being here all the way to the very end. When you're ready to stop practicing at random, to move out of the shallows and deepen your knowledge through thematic class series, training plans, guidebooks, and Yoga Alliance approved continuing education courses, join me inside the Uplifted membership. With me and our global community, uncover the ancient wisdom of yoga in ways that are personal, practical, and powerful. And if you want to keep watching here on YouTube, this is the class I suggest clicking on next. So much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.